Here's the thing. It sounds so easy. It seems like we're missing something. I don't believe it. It sounds too easy and too fast, right? It sounds like it's gonna take forever to level the guns or something. I don't know how they offset it. There are less guns, and most of the challenges sound like they'll take way less time in this game.
Activision devs do not play their own game.
3,000 devs can't figure out how to add a reconnect feature to a AAA title, I guess. I don't know.
Because Infinity Ward doesn't tell their consumers anything.
Maybe that'll take some of the sweats away from Shoot House.
You can cope about that, for sure.
Thanks for tweeting, at least. Thanks for doing more than Infinity Ward has done. They just keep tweeting about the soccer bundles in the store.
Things that are bad. We got a couple words. Why don't you kick it off, Tanner?
This is going to be a longer section than the first part you guys heard.
Change it, obviously, of course. We are live, boys and girls. Oh, boys and girls. Welcome to the Dropshot Call of Duty podcast, episode number 374. My name is Casey, also known as Razinon. And today, I'm joined by Tanner, once again.
Yeah.
Who's not excited to be here, unfortunately. Although I'm excited to be here.
Are you?
And welcome to the show. Yes, I am, as a matter of fact, because this is going to be a very fun episode, and we have a lot to talk about. This is, everything I was hoping for and more is what we're going to be covering today. The last two pre-release blog posts are live, so we're going to talk about those, obviously. The Mastery Camos and the Zombies blog posts, respectively. And then things I was not expecting to be able to talk about is a ton of like leaks and stuff. And we kind of consolidated all the leaks into... Charlie Intel did a nice job consolidating in a tweet, actually. And we'll go into those things more as well, and then Boberto as well. And I'll describe what those leaks mean and shit soon. So, welcome to the show. We have a lot to talk about today. A lot of it is very impactful, and I'm very excited to get into it. And before we start, a couple quick announcements here. First of all, we are doing this on a Wednesday rather than our normal Thursday schedule. The reasons which are twofold. Number one, I wanted to be able to post, edit and do all the work to get this podcast in your stupid ears. Done before the game launches, so that by the time MW3 launches, I don't have any work to do until Saturday anyway. So number one, it was and let me be clear, primarily it was for me, right?
Yeah,
it was for me. It was not for your guys' benefits. A distant secondary reason we're doing this early is so that even the public peasants will be able to listen to this episode prior to the launch of the video game, because a lot of this is pre-launch content. Now, if you listen to this after the launch of the game, I still think there's a lot of interest to get into here, because we're going to share a lot of details about the game and how it works and how the camos work and how zombies work and all of that. But more importantly than that, we're going to talk about whether or not those things are good, yada, 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 analyze those facts, and whether you know the facts already or not. I think that's going to have some utility, as always. So anyway, got a lot to get into here. Before we do, a couple announcements. As I said, welcome, first and foremost, to a litany of new gold patrons. Pigtastic, Curtis S., Kyle C., Swervy AU, Hunter aka Grim, Adam H., Andrew R., Young Rouston, friend of the pod, Aiden, change it, Ryan E, AA 3403, and Adam G. A huge, massive list of absolute gold patrons. Welcome aboard, friends. Enjoy the early access episodes, the ad-free episodes, and the bonus episodes, which we are going to be cooking this month. We're going to be cooking a lot.
Yeah. We're gonna
and
be
it's
cooking
going to
up.
be fun and exciting. Yes, yeah, and you guys will hear more about that in the middle of this program. Get scammed. Did I already curse, by the way? Someone reminded me not to.
You said, yeah, you said one word. You said the S word.
Oh,
You should repent for your
that's not
sins.
that bad.
Yeah,
S word
I
isn't
mean,
that
it was
bad.
within the first minute and a half, though, so you're not off to a great start.
It's not a great start. I'll give you that. So, anyways, but anyways, welcome to our new gold patrons. Thank you very much. Also, more importantly, we got a couple new platinum patrons: Moist Pork Roll, change it, and Anarchist, getting in on that spicy Q&A every month. Thank you, boys. And better people than you, most importantly, our new Damascus upgraders, upgrading from a poop tier
Yeah.
to the Damascus Chad tier. Caught myself there. Dirty Nate, Master JRG, and Justin C. Let's go, boys. Our new Damascus Kings. And let me be clear what that means. They joined the Patreon at a poop tier, and they said, I like this content so much, I demand more of it. And they upgraded. So if you're on the fence about the Patreon, consider that many people like it so much, they want more.
Yeah.
But you're not even involved yet. You can't even get
Yeah,
in.
it's honestly, I'm going to be honest, it's a waste of your time to go to patreon.com/thedropshot to just sign up for gold. Because you're going to upgrade. You should just do Damascus right away because it's a waste of your time. Because then you're going to have to go to the back to the website later. You're going to have to upgrade. You're wasting your own time. You're baiting us. You're just trying to get your name called twice. They want their name called for gold, and then again when they upgrade. We see you. That doesn't work.
Yeah,
you know?
we do see you.
We see you doing that. So just
Yeah.
do the best one. Do the highest one right away.
Just
Save yourself
do it
some time.
instead. Yeah, and like they say, time is money.
Mm-hmm.
So is signing up at the Damascus tier more expensive than signing up at the gold tier? No, it's not, actually.
Yeah, I guess
time
not.
is money, and that's faster.
Yeah.
So just something to keep in
Borpa
mind.
business.
But Borpa business indeed. So to all of our new patrons, welcome, boys and girls. We very much appreciate it. As we've been saying, launch season, best time to join the Patreon. We have a lot of banger bonus episodes planned for this month that will start coming out probably next week. Obviously, we wanted to wait until the game launched before we get into any of those things, but listen in the middle. You'll hear more about what episodes we have planned for this month, and it's going to be great. Also, we got a nice little donation for an amount of money this week from young Cody Blue Carp, who has been a donator in the past. He says,
No, it's from
okay.
Cody Blue Carp.
Oh, that's correct.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah. Okay. Why is Tanner such a pretentious, unhappy, negative about everything? And specifically, why all the hate for drugs? Tanner needs to smoke a bowl and go eat some meatloaf at Cheesecake Factory. He's tried it before, right? Thanks for the content. Fist bump emoji. That's a lot of words and thoughts.
Was this 20?
This was 20. This
Wow.
was for 20.
I'm surprised a
United
drug
States
addict.
dollars.
I'm surprised a drug addict has that much extra cash laying around. I'm surprised he didn't blow it on weed. Yeah, it's shocking. Thanks for the 20, man.
Blow it
Appreciate
on a dime
on
bag
your drug addiction. Yeah, thanks, man.
cut with oregano.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cody Blue Card, thank you very much, dude, for the 20 United States dollar donation. We will take those, obviously, by the way. Dropshot.com. And there's a donate button somewhere. Maybe the dropshot.com/donate works. I don't know. Or support or something. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Just go to our website.
Yeah, do
Click
it
the
more
button.
often, though. Yeah.
And do it far more often, to be clear. Yes. Be like Cody Blue Carp. Cody! Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. And those are all great questions that we don't have the time to get into today. So just another thing to keep in mind there. And then I guess we have a couple other announcements here. Tanner, tell us about these.
Okay, yeah. So in the United States, we have Burger King, of course. In Australia, it's called Hungry Jack's. Cool. So again, they're doing the Burger Town Operator Skit. And Hungry Jack's, it's an embarrassing name, isn't it? It's embarrassing.
Not good.
Oh, you want to go to Hungry Jack's for lunch? It's not good. You guys need to think of a better name for it, right?
I agree.
Yeah, so they're doing
like
some sort of promo. It's available in other countries too, but it's where we won't have listeners. It's like Czechoslovakia, the Eastern Bloc, certain regions in Russia. I don't know.
Satellite states.
Yeah, fake countries that that people probably can't even access the internet, actually. So if you live in Australia, here's what you need to do. You need to go to Burger Town, Hungry Jack's. This year, they're scamming you. They're making you do 2 purchases. So it used to be like you buy this burger combo and you get the skin, right? Well, now you have to do 2 purchases, I guess, to get the skin. So it's actually like $35 worth of food, I guess, to get the operator.
Is it that much?
That's what I saw, because some guy...
For 2 of the combo
Some
meals?
guy on Twitter was like, hey, this is how much it costs. I'm doing it for this much. So I will go and buy them all. I'm not even taking the food. I'm telling the business to like donate it. So I'm charging $35 because that's what it costs if you want it. So yeah.
That guy might be lying and embezzling money, by the way.
No, because there were prices listed for it somewhere, and it was about that, I guess.
Keep in mind, though, this is 35 fake dollars, so it's probably like $5 USD.
No, I think he specifically said 35 USD is what it ends up being.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's Australia. A gallon of milk is like $15, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have.
So, anyways,
there, that's true.
So somebody go out. We're gonna need you guys to spend like $80 on food to get Raz and I that Hungry Jack's operator skin, please. So do that. Send it to us. We've already got the Monsters ones. We've got the Little Caesars skins. Shout out to C Knight for that. I don't know if we have
all of them. So to be clear, every single promotional deal that has receipts or codes, buy all of them. Don't redeem them yourself and send them to us. Yeah. Let's be clear. Do I have all the monster rewards yet? I think I do, but I'm not 100% sure. So go buy a couple cans of Monster and send me a picture of the entire receipt, not just half of it. C Knight, first of all. Don't do that again. Same with Little Caesars. I'm pretty sure I have all the rewards. Not positive. Buy more Little Caesars. Send us the codes. And Hungry Jacks. Here's what you do. Many of you in Australia, fathers of families, right? So you're going to take your family on a nice trip to Hungry Jack's. You're going to eat in the establishment so you can sell it to your wife if you're still with her, which is if she's still with you, I should say. Yeah, let me be clear. If she's still with you, because you would never leave her, right? Because you're a loser. And you're gonna go there and you're gonna say, hi, I'd like 4. Wait, how much? 2 per? Yeah, I want 4 Call of Duty meals, please. And then you're going to send us a picture of the receipt. And it's that simple. Yeah. And you might be saying, wait, how many do I redeem from that receipt? None. They go to us first. If you want to go back later and get your own bundle, that's fine.
You can get yourself a bundle.
Send them to us first.
Yeah, you are allowed to get yourself a bundle. It's just we get it first. Because we deserve it. You don't. We won't be repaying you. You're doing it out of the kindness of that little tiny heart. Yeah, because we deserve it. You don't deserve any of it. Just remember that. Your wife doesn't love you and you don't deserve the skin. Yeah.
Yes. So. And if you are going to get your own skin, that's fine. So you could buy 5 or 6 Hungry Jack's meals. Such a scam. You can buy 6 meals. That's fine. But you're not even allowed to redeem yours until we've confirmed we've redeemed ours. Even though you have them and could do it at any time. That's not how this is going to work. So just keep that in mind. And then also, if there's some other promotion for some other establishment that we haven't heard of yet, which there may well be. Totino's Pizza Rolls, Doritos, Mountain Dew.
Yeah, was there a Jack Link's one this year?
Jack Link's. There's probably some other operator skins floating around out there that requires you to go to some store and buy some drivel to shove into your fat mouth like you do every day of the year anyway.
Yeah, you're fat. You don't need
Send us the codes for all of it. It's that simple. Thanks.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
Cool.
And then last little quick announcement here. We might be doing a gameplay stream on Friday. It is possible in theory I will want to stream some gameplay on Thursday night at launch. But that's going to be 10 p.m. my time. And the likelihood of that is infinitesimal. So slightly more likely, but still on the very improbable side, by the way, we will do some gameplay on Friday. We'll stream some gameplay on Friday. If that is to happen, we will tweet about it and we will announce it in Discord. So if you wanted a chance to watch that live, if we do it, make sure you follow us on Twitter at the Dropshot Pod. Make sure you've joined the stinking Discord. And that way, if we do, you will be notified when it happens. No guarantees, but we'll see. We'll see if the mood strikes either of us.
Yeah.
So yeah. Other than that, you're listening to the jingle. Here it is. And to be clear, to Wicked Impulse 882, change it. It's not that I won't be awake at 10 p.m. It's that if I start playing this game at 10 p.m. and fighting against 6-stack Orion Vaznev demon lobbies right away, I've already had dinner. I'm not going to be on for 6 more hours.
Yeah.
Unlikely I'm going to fire up a broadcast. I will be playing on launch night. 100%. I will 100% be playing. But will I be streaming?
Yeah.
Will I be on long enough to justify streaming? Open question.
Also, you're either going to be playing it at that time or you're going to be going to bed, right? So that's the other thing. Why would you watch us when you could just play it yourself right when it launches? And if you're not playing it yourself, you're asleep because you have to work the next morning. So that's why we're more likely to do it the next day too, is because people will be at work and stuff. They won't be able to play yet. They may find that interesting. Yeah, we will not be streaming launch night though. No.
Yeah, for sure. So anyways, welcome to the show. Today, a lot to talk about. We got the last 2 of the 6 pre-launch blog posts to get into. We're going to sink our teeth into those. And then we've gotten quite a few very interesting leaks regarding MW3. Pretty much every aspect of MW3 that we're going to talk about as well. So I would like to quickly say, on the topic of the campaign, we talked about the campaign and our first impressions of it on Saturday. I ended up finishing the campaign, and I just want to add, as an addendum to our last episode, through the middle and the end of the campaign, I actually ended up having a lot more fun than up to whatever point we talked about on Saturday. It did grow on me a little bit, and finishing the campaign gave me an overall higher impression of it than I originally said on Saturday. In case anyone kind of was wondering, because a lot of people in our Discord, or a couple people in our Discord, were like, the campaign wasn't that bad. And I'm kind of with them on that. And one person Drexler made a particularly good point. The MW3 campaign lacked miserable campaign missions, which was nice. I finished the campaign and none of the missions were absolutely mind-numbing. Unlike MW2, by the way. MW2 had the mission where you were driving through a minefield for 45 minutes.
That's the worst campaign mission in COD history, I'm convinced. Yeah.
It was so really bad and also not good and not fun.
It wasn't fun. I didn't enjoy my time.
Nothing about it was, and it was challenging for all the wrong reasons also. I don't remember what they were, but I remember it not being challenging because you have to aim quickly, but for some other stupid reason, because it was an Infinity War title, obviously. So that mission was miserable. And then the last mission of the MW2 campaign, where you have to get a flint and stone and make yourself like an Iron Age spearhead to stab someone with, but it's also a one-use item. And then even though they have guns, you can't loot the guns of the guy you stabbed in the neck. You have to continue crafting like you're playing Rust. In the last campaign mission of the campaign, also a miserable mission. And MW3 didn't have any mission like that. Some were more boring than others, but nothing was even remotely close to being as atrocious, miserable, dog poop, and trash as those missions, which I liked. I liked that. I just wanted to, just for the record, for posterity's sake, the campaign was better than I had said on Saturday. Tanner did not play any more of it, though.
No, I immediately uninstalled it, yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, let's get into the meat and also the potatoes of this broadcast. First of all, quick PSA, preload for multiplayer is now live, I think, on every platform. So if you wanted to pre-download and pre-install MW3 multiplayer or campaign, I guess, before the game launches, you can do that. And I recommend you do, because it's like 150 to 200 gigs. So if you have remedial internet, then you might want to do that. And I think everyone can do that now. And if you're wondering, how do I pre-install Zombies? Pre-install multiplayer. Zombies is rolled into that module in the modular installer menu. Zombies isn't a separate thing. It's in multiplayer. So that's how you would preload Zombies. So there you go. All right, now let's get into these blog posts. First, we're going to go in order these were released. So we're going to start with blog 5, then get into blog 6. And blog 5 was the one Tanner and I were most excited for. Launch comms, cosmetic customization, and unlocks. All you need to know about challenges and weapon camos. So we're going to go through this. Let me be clear. We're not reading the whole blog post to you.
No.
You guys can read yourselves. But we are going to touch on, we're going to look at the camos first of all, and then we're going to touch on the more important, more interesting kind of details here. So there were a couple updates to the blog, by the way, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to scroll through this here. Part 1, gain XP and gaming excellence challenges. Okay, cool. So there are challenges.
Sounds like a title written by Opus.
Yeah, that's an AI. That's a chat GPT header right there for sure.
Yeah. Cool.
Anyway, yeah, so they've already confirmed all this. We've already talked about all this. Daily challenges, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So there are going to be challenges, dailies, and I believe, what did they say, weeklies as well? And career challenges as well.
There are weekly challenges as well. Yeah.
So this is kind of par for the course. They might be doing a little bit more with it than we've been getting in the past couple titles, but like we have dailies and weeklies now, for example. So there are some new things, but not much to talk about here. Armory unlock challenges is one of the new challenges, and I still have a tenuous grasp on what this is. So this section I am going to read. Armory unlock challenges are a new system that lets you unlock the weapons, equipments, perks, kill streaks, and attachments that you want to utilize. This includes many attachments unlocked through weapon progression. Okay. Once you hit level 25, expect to unlock the Armory Unlock Challenge system and begin to progress and complete challenges, unlocking new items. There are a variety of items you can earn through Armory Unlock Challenges, which you can view in the Armory Unlocks Challenge menu. Okay, so far, let's keep reading. Armory Unlock Challenges are completed by completing daily challenges. Each daily you complete earns you a point against your active Armory Unlock challenge. While you can continue to earn Armory Unlocks in order, you can also activate any valid item. This will now be your active Armory Unlock challenge, and you will begin to earn points against it as you complete daily and bonus challenges. Okay. So what I'm taking this to mean is that at level 25, you get this new challenge system called the Armory. And the Armory Unlock challenges, you'll unlock specific things through that. But let's say there's a weapon that you don't unlock until level 53. But you want to use it before level 53. Well, once you hit 25, you can find that weapon and then start unlocking that as an Armory unlock rather than waiting until you're level 53. That's what I'm taking this to mean, although I'm not sure it works that way. What do you have any idea, Tanner?
That's what I'm thinking too. Yeah. So
kind of like prestige tokens from old games.
Which is weird because does that mean this is only ever going to matter until you hit level 55? Or I guess there's some way they can tie it into new guns coming to the game. Yeah, this is one of those systems that they've added that they wrote a lot about, and it's still not clear at all. It's one of those things that you'll open up the game, look at it, and you'll immediately understand what it means. But it's kind of confusing from the way they try to describe it. I don't know. Maybe there's not an easy way to describe it, honestly. Because, yeah, it's like it unlocks at 25, and then it's like you have to do certain challenges to then unlock another challenge inside of the armory, which is the challenge unlock to unlock the gun you want.
Oh, and also it's only, I think I understand now. You can activate any valid item. So you can't just pick any item you want. It has to be in the armory unlock path.
Yeah.
So you can't just pick literally anything to unlock as an armory unlock. You have to, but you can pick something at a later level in the armory unlock system. So they write at the end here, remember, if you see an item you want at the end of a weapon's progression, then check the challenges menu. You might be able to unlock it with an armory unlock challenge. So this is one instance in which this might be useful even after you hit max level. So for example, let's say you get level 55, but you've only used assault rifles, and you want to unlock an optic that requires you to get this pistol to level 7 to unlock this platform for an SMG, and then you get that SMG to level 12, and then you unlock a specific optic. You could very well hit level 55 without ever having done that. So then, theoretically, you could use the Armory Unlock Challenge system to just unlock that optic without having to do that, if that particular optic is a valid Armory Unlock to use. All of that is to say, like Tanner was hinting at, this is one of those goofy things that really isn't going to matter for very long at all. Because pretty quickly, I'm going to have, most of you listening, in fact, are going to be level 55, so you're going to have all the perks unlocked. And you're also going to have every gun max level inside of like 2 weeks, probably. So I just don't think this is going to end up mattering that much in the grand scheme of things. But it might be cute for early game, which is what we're in now, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. I'm trying to think of a way I would use it. Because, like, for example, if I want some optic, right, and I say I'm max level and I'm going through my ARs and I'm doing the camo challenges for ARs, right? That challenge may be something like, get 50 headshots with snipers, do this challenge with LMGs. And then I'm just like, oh, okay. Then forget it. I'm not going to bother doing any of those challenges because I'm working on my ARs for the camo mastery grind. So, yeah, this is something that won't matter at all a month from now for most people. Yeah, that's what it sounds like, at least.
Which is, to be clear, textbook Activision plays. They built a whole new challenge system for something that super won't matter for almost anyone in like 2 months. Like, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, whatever. It might be nice.
I mean, they stopped updating MW2 after 2 months, so maybe that's the life cycle they're going for again. Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible. Let's move on. Part 2, cosmetic customization weapon camos. Yeah. So now we're getting to the weapon camos overview. So there are a lot of camos here and a lot of big words. A lot of big words. So first they go over base camos. MW3 introduces base camos. None of this is new information. The only new information here is what they look like. So you can see on screen here are some of the MW3 base camos. And they kind of segmented it into 8 on 2 guns. So you can look at them. Some of these look quite cool, by the way. But I don't use base camos.
MW2 had great base camos as well.
Camos.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, a lot of them are really cool looking.
Yeah, but they look cool. You can unlock them for multiplayer and then a separate set for zombies, as we've said. They name all of the base camo sets, Poison Frog, Graphical, etc. Obviously not reading all of those. And then there are more. So as a quick reminder, I'll say this now because I don't know if it comes up anywhere this way. MW2 guns are carrying forward with their camos and with the challenges to do those camos. However, here's a list of new camos we're getting. MW2 guns are getting new Zombies camos. So there's going to be a set of base Zombies camos and a Mastery Zombies camo that's exclusive to Modern Warfare 2 guns. We're also getting a separate set of base Zombies camos and and a Zombies Mastery camo, a separate set for MW3 guns only. So those are going to be unique challenges. And reminder, you can't equip one game's guns on another game's weapons. It's all tied to the game itself. You can,
just not the Mastery ones. You can equip any base MW2 camos on any base MW3 gun. It's just the Mastery camos. And they also...
Does it work vice versa?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Weird, but okay.
But like, for example, there are some people asking, talking about on Twitter, like the Halloween event camo, that's considered an event camo, I guess. That doesn't tie in with Mastery camos. So you should be able to use the Ghoulie camo on MW3 guns.
Oh, that's good news.
It's just Mastery camos from like MW2 you can't use on MW3 guns. So you can't use Orion on the MCW.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. So there's going to be a new set of camos for MW2 guns, Zombies, a separate new set of Zombies camos for MW3 guns, and then we're also getting a new set, obviously, of multiplayer camos for MW3 guns that are all going to, and each of those three things are going to come with their own Mastery camos as well. We're not getting new MW2 multiplayer camos. Those are going to stay the same as they are now, including Orion. And there you go. So that's how this works broadly, just to kind of clear that up. And then, yeah, next section is completionist camos. So now we get a look at all of the new Mastery camos. We got gold, platinum, polyatomic or its equivalent, Orion or its equivalent, and then all the new Zombies camos as well. And we can see them here. There are a total of 16 Mastery camos that we're getting new between MW2 and MW3.
Well,
which is kind of crazy.
The bottom left four are just MW2 Masteries they're showing.
And that's what I said, right?
Yeah.
So just to keep that in mind, yeah. So anyway, here's a look at them. I think we'll see them in more detail.
Yeah, we'll just keep going through. It gets specific on all them.
Yeah. So first little section is specifically MW2. Super don't care.
Yeah, so here's the carry forward ones.
Long.
And again, these are only available on MW2 guns. You can't use Poly, you can't use Orion on MW3 guns. They're only for MW2. Correct.
And then the next section is a set of new camos. So everything else is going to be new now. So these are the new MW3
multiplayer camos.
Multiplayer camos, which is what I said. My mic cut out.
Yeah.
Okay. They are named Gilded, Forged, Priceless, and Interstellar. And they look like gold, platinum, cotton candy, Orion. That's how I would describe what they look like.
Interesting, yeah. Maybe that's why I like it so much. I always loved cotton candy as a kid.
I would eat cotton candy
right now. Actually, I haven't in a long time, but I would, yeah.
It's been a very long time for me as well. Especially when it's hot and you get it at the fair and it's like actually warm. Ooh,
yeah,
it's good.
It's such a weird texture, man. You just take a bite and it just shrivels up in your mouth and it melts.
Yeah.
You know? I love things shriveling up in my mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's good. Shout out to cotton candy.
Yeah, normally things grow in mine, but anyways.
Really?
We'll move on. Yeah.
What about in your
sexually attractive to anyway
grow in
I don't know. I don't want to get demonetized. Never mind. Thanks, YouTube. But yeah, how would you describe these camos? What are your first thoughts here?
Gold, platinum, bleh, and bleh. Gold is actually really ugly. I'm going to be honest. The gold mastery this year.
The pattern is
let's be clear.
Ugly.
Doesn't matter. I don't care. Gold doesn't matter. But it is one of the worst golds we've seen. Yeah, it's not great at all. MW2 gold was much better.
The weird circles are such an ugly pattern.
That's what throws it off for me. Yeah,
yeah,
not good.
For sure.
Yeah. Platinum
and bad also.
Also just worse than MW2, but again, don't care. Hey, Platinum's never looked good in any COD game ever. The color scheme cannot be good. It's not possible to have that color look good. But in MW2, it for sure looked better. But the mastery, the top 2 mastery, that's where it gets interesting. So priceless, this is my personal favorite of all of the mastery camos. This may be, from what I've seen so far, my favorite mastery camo ever in COD. I love it. I love this color scheme. This is something we've needed for a long time. It's like a bright blue. It's like, think of like blue ice or something, like the blue ice color. It's got like a tealish color, a blue. The mag even has like some pinks, some reds, some purples thrown in there. It's animated, of course. The top 2 are animated, gold and platinum or not. It looks gorgeous. When we're done with this blog post, I can show you a tweet that Sledgehammer tweeted out that shows how they animate. It looks really, really good. For me, this one is just so different because we don't usually get colors like this, and I love this. I love how bright it is. I think this will look really clean in sunlight especially, so I'm very excited for this.
Yes.
And then the last one, Interstellar. Best way to describe it, slightly upgraded version of Orion. Looks good, but I prefer priceless, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, and these are both animated. I'm going to kind of reserve... I haven't seen videos of the animation. I guess we're going to go over some of those at least. I'll have more to say on that then, but I actually think Interstellar does look a lot better than Orion.
Yeah. Just
based on the screenshots. It's kind of the same vibe as Orion, where it's like the galaxy or whatever, but this one's a lot more... It's a lot more... There are a lot more like nebulas in it. It's hard to describe. You guys should just look at it.
It looks better animated, I would say. I think animated, it looks better than Orion, but still images, Orion looks better.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But either way, they look good. By the way, in this blog post, they don't talk about the challenges at all, do they?
They kind of do, a little bit later on. They mention like a few specific challenges for some guns, yeah. Like they give examples.
Okay, so we will talk a little bit more about challenges once we're done with this then, because there have been leaks to that effect.
Yeah.
So let me see where to put this. Here's good. Okay. All right. So moving on. Those look good. Those are the new MW3 multiplayer ones. Next is zombies. So these are the 4 zombies mastery camos we're getting for MW2 weapons. These are called Golden Ivory, Spinal Husk, they spelled it wrong, Arachnida, and Bioluminescent. And these I really like Bioluminescent. That looks dope.
So a lot of people have said that. I'm not a fan of this one. But interestingly
like the
enough,
on the mag.
I've seen so many people say
chassis.
like, this is the best one, and that surprised me. It's just kind of strikes me as very boring. I also saw this one animated. It didn't look that great. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of that. Again, these are for MW2 guns, so it super doesn't matter for us because I'm never getting zombies camo on my MW2 guns, let's be clear. But the golden one for this looks dope, I think. I mean, Golden Ivory, this is much better than Gilded, which is the MW3 multiplayer gold. It's more like white, I guess, and it has gold lines in it. It's got intricate little designs, a bunch of weird shapes. It's almost like a bunch of squares overlapping or something. I don't know.
It looks good.
And then there are lines. That one looks good. The platinum version, Spinal Husk.
Hate it.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
It looks like it feels like a basketball.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like this set at all, really. Gold is the only one I like. So
yeah.
This will be... Yeah. Not many people will grind for this, I don't think. This is the category that matters the least.
Yeah, it's MW2 zombies camos. Like, some people will, but I won't be one of them. So anyway, moving on from that is the new zombies mastery camos for MW3 guns.
Yes.
And we're getting all these on launch, which is really nice. These are called Golden Enigma, Zircon Scale, Serpentinite, and Borealis. So
wait, it's Serpentinite? I swear somewhere else it just says like serpentine or something.
It says Serpentinite here, and they're trying to make it sound like serpent metal.
Yeah,
So I would assume this is what they meant.
Yeah, I guess I just read it quick and figured it was that. They also have, this blog post has more spelling errors than any blog post they've ever put out. There are lots of them.
They do be making mistakes. Yeah.
So anyways, okay.
Yeah.
Serpentinite, huh? Okay.
Yeah, and these look, well, I really like gold.
Gold looks amazing. Yes.
Yeah, and I really like the last one, Borealis. The other two, pretty mid.
Yeah, so Serpentinite, I also wasn't a fan of. When you see it animated, though, it looks a lot better. So it looks almost 3D, which is interesting. Those lines make it seem like it's really popping out from the gun, so that looked cool. I don't like the color of it, not a fan of that at all, but I think the design is cool. So yeah, overall, it's a pretty good one. The Zircon scale, miserable. Yeah, not good at all. And then Borealis, probably my second favorite out of all of these new mastery. I think it goes Priceless and then Borealis for me, and then Interstellar, which unfortunately is the max mastery for MW3 multiplayer, right? And it's my third favorite, so that's not great.
Yeah, happens to you a lot.
Yeah, Borealis looks excellent, which sucks because I'm not doing Zombies mastery camos probably. We'll see, but I don't plan on it. It looks really, really good. So that would be the Warzone meta this year, is running Borealis and Interstellar. One on each gun. That would be the meta.
That's the ideal meta for sure. Yeah. So anyway, they look, by and large though, I'd say they look quite good.
Yeah.
And I think more importantly, arguably more importantly than how they look, because they're always going to look at least like decent, is that we are getting Zombies mastery camos and multiplayer mastery camo on day one, which is really cool. Because historically, we've been getting Zombies mastery camos, but not until like halfway through the game. Or wait, is that true? No, I don't think that's true. I think I just lied. I think I just fibbed. I think what they've been waiting on is having them be usable in Warzone. That probably won't be delayed this year. But also, I would like to commend Activision. Many people are saying, oh, this game's a DLC. I can't believe they're charging money for it, which is all fair, to be clear. But like I said, if you don't have to create any new maps for launch, you can have your devs work on other things and your art team work on other things a lot more. And one of the cool effects of that is that they were able to create new weapon camos for last year's game. Like there was no reason to expect we were going to get MW2 Zombies mastery camos or Zombies camos at all. And it's really cool that they're retroactively adding those to the game. I think that's nice. And even if you don't like how the camos look or whatever, there are a lot of people that are like big Zombies players, and this is just a huge grind for them to be able to do something to work toward that could be really fun. So I'm a big fan of this, and I think this is very, very cool. And I'm excited to have Interstellar, the camo, which I will have. So anyway, moving on. MW2 weapons, multiplayer camos, multiplayer. Yeah. So you'll be able to do your MW2 challenges and stuff in MW3. There's no reason to play MW3. You can do the same challenges for the same camos, blah, blah, or MW2, excuse me. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Nothing to go over really here. We already went into that. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yeah. So
I think.
Yeah. They're just reminding us about the carry forward thing. Nothing new there.
Yeah. No.
And again, you can grind MW2 camos in MW3. So if you want Orion, but you don't have it yet, you can just use those guns and do your Orion challenges in MW3. There's like no reason to play MW2 once this game launches.
No.
Actually. So anyway. Keep going here. MW3 weapons, multiplayer camos. So yeah, here's a look at the base camos once again for multiplayer. I mean, it doesn't matter. They're base camos, whatever. Camo challenge variation. So I'm going to read this. In MW2, the base camo challenges were relatively similar across the different weapon types. In MW3, base camo challenges are unique to each weapon category. For example, individual SMGs will have a different set of base challenges compared to individual shotguns, LMGs, and so on. This promotes variety in gameplay, and the challenges have been honed to better suit the playstyle of each weapon type. That is good in theory, because one potential problem is making me get, headshots with an X12. Hey, that's not how anyone uses a Glock. You shouldn't have me doing headshots. That should be for snipers, for example. So this is good if done well, and we'll get more into that because we have some leaks in that on that topic. Specific weapon example. Let's explore this by leveling up the MCW, one of the new MW3 assault rifles. So you'll have the 4 blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So each of the 4 MCW mastery camos requires you to complete a level challenge. For example, get the MCW to level 12, as well as a multiplayer specific challenge. So here's an example challenge for the MCW. Get 50 kills while ADS. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad. There are 4 additional brand new completionist camos. The unlock criteria for these is detailed below. Okay. I
think it must be the next section.
And then the Gilded, Forged, Priceless, and Interstellar camos also have weapon mastery challenges, like MW2 had, allowing you to claim emblems and calling cards for each, as well as the completionist charm. Almost no one did this in MW2, but MW2 was also a bad game, so maybe you would want like that emblem or something. It was like get 1,000 kills or in multiplayer.
Well, no, it was numerous things. It was like get 100 kills with gold equipped, get 250 with platinum.
Oh, yes,
get 500 with poly, and then like 1,000 with Orion, and then you got a charm after completing all of them. And each one you unlocked, you got a calling card and I think a charm or something else or a sticker. I don't know. But yeah, so basically, there's a lot of words here. Here's what the camo challenge is this year. It's exactly the same as MW2 with less guns and slightly different challenges. It's still the same thing of your base mastery or your base camos. There will be 4 of them. They're level locked. So to start with, you'll get 50 ADS kills maybe. You'll unlock the second challenge at level 9 and it'll be like get 20 kills from behind the back, except I don't think we have those. And the next one will be like...
I linked the spreadsheet, by the way.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
I wanted to use that as reference.
It's the exact same type of challenge system we had on MW2. There's different challenges this year.
Yeah. So 4 base camos. Once you've done those, you can work on your Gilded challenge. And then I think once you have all gold in a category, you can work on Forged challenges, which is platinum. And then once you have all of those, you can work on your polyatomic, which is called Priceless now. And then once you get all the Priceless guns, you automatically unlock Interstellar. So yeah, the scheme is the same as the MW2 scheme, which was fine. And we have a lot of the challenges already leaked. And I just want to make note of a couple things. Not all of them, but we have a lot of them. Let's give you guys... So first of all, the challenges for one assault rifle and all assault rifles for base camos is the same. 50 kills, 50 ADS kills, 15 headshots, 25 kills in tac stance. That's how you unlock all of the base camos for every single AR. And that trend continues. So in the SMG category, it's kills, hipfire kills, crouch kills, and then stunned kills.
So I don't know if that's confirmed. Does he still have them highlighted in red in that?
Some are red.
Yeah,
some
so he did that because I posted in general chat what one of the leakers said, which he said they are the same. We don't know for sure though. He could very well be wrong, but he's saying per category they're the same, but Moist does not have access to every single gun, so he can't check that. So that may end up being fake news. We're not sure, but it's according to one of the leakers, that's how it's going to work.
It may be fake news, but also we have like 2 ARs confirmed, and those are the same.
Okay, yeah.
And then we have 2 SMGs confirmed. those are also the same. 2 shotguns, those are the same.
Yeah.
So it's very likely, and snipers, it's very likely that's how it's going to work. However, and it might be the case for gold as well. So like 10 3 kills with 1 mag, 10 focus kills, etc. Where they are different per gun, it looks like, is forged. So for one AR to get forged, you have to get 25 multi-kills. But for another AR, for forged, you have to get 10 ADS strafe kills. So a little weird. And then they're also not the same for priceless either. So it looks like all the camos for every gun are the same within a category through gilded, but then they start becoming per gun challenges, even within a category at forged and priceless.
Yeah.
Which makes doing the grind a lot easier, because if you're working on ARs, you'll quickly memorize all the challenges up through gold without having to go recheck every single time like you did in MW19.
Yeah, I know.
Which was incredibly annoying.
MW2,
so this is a great change.
Yep.
A great change that I'm a big, big fan of.
Yeah.
And there's also no kills from behind, by the way. So I'm not going to read all these challenges, obviously, but I do want to say the most annoying challenge that I can see from everything that's been leaked so far for multiplayer camos is going to be get 10 penetration kills for a challenge. And these are going to be for some LMGs and sniper rifles. Not sniper rifles. I don't know why. Okay.
Battle rifles?
Oh, yeah, for snipers also. For snipers for forged. So, yeah, penetration kills are going to be the most annoying. You need to get 10 penetration kills for your second base camo. That's actually not that bad at all if you unlock it that early.
I mean,
actually.
Doing like 25 multi-kills would take way more time than 10 pen kills. That's 25 multi-kills could be annoying.
Yeah. The point I wanted to make, though, is, again, I'm not going to read all these camo challenges. None of these look super toxic, and we've had toxic camo challenges before. Cold War being the worst example, where you had to like kill 3 streaks in a match, or it was like 5 streaks in a match, like 20 times. Anything insane like that is not in this game. They all look very doable and not luck-based or annoying. So that's the best part of this, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah. And you guys will see the particular challenges once you.
For example, JGod pointed out, he just tweeted something like 30 minutes ago. Only 80 total long shots needed for mastery camos in MW3. 80. 4 weapons require long shots. That's it. That is it. How many did you need in MW2? 400 or something total?
It was 25 times. It was 25 per gun, right? Mostly. So it was 25 times 50.
So it was a lot. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's more than 400. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's 500 plus. Yeah.
It's a number. It's a math number for sure. So he pointed out the ones you need: Holger 556, which I think is an AR, the Renetti, which okay, a pistol, you need 25 long shots, okay. The Striker 9, which is an SMG, you need 15, and the Sidewinder. I don't know what that is. If you still have that chart pulled up, you can look. Otherwise, no big deal.
Sidewinder is a battle rifle.
80 total long shots. That is excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 1,250 long shots were needed in MW2. 80 in this game. Yeah. So, I mean, here's the thing. It sounds so easy. It seems like we're missing something. I don't believe it. It sounds too easy and too fast, right? I mean, like it sounds like it's going to take forever to level the guns or something. I don't know how they offset it. There are less guns, and most of the challenges sound like they'll take way less time in this game. So I don't know how, unless they just want it to be that way. They want everyone to get it, essentially.
I'll start by saying I definitely believe it. Unless they're going to be like changing things right before launch, I don't think any of this info that we've been seeing is going to change. But I see what you're saying. I would say, honestly, I think it's just going to take longer than it sounds. Because these things are easy, but they're not fast. So, for example, for marksman rifles, your 4th base camo is 2 kills without dying 15 times. Easy, but that's going to take a while. Or like 50 headshots for marksman rifles again, as your 2nd base camo. That is 200 headshots. And if they're not all one-tapping to the head, that's going to take longer than it sounds. I think a lot of this is just going to take you longer than you think it will. And it's going to be a fairly long grind. It will not be as long as MW2's grind, though. That much is, like, obviously true. But I think it's going to be long enough. It just won't have any super annoying challenges, like getting kills from behind with a riot shield or something. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
And plus, I think part of their reasoning probably too also was like, we also have 2 zombies categories people could do.
Yeah, yeah. I guess so. They're
That's
like, oh, there are more
also what they're
camos you
thinking.
can grind for this year. So
Right.
yeah, I guess.
So,
I mean, I'm fine with it.
I'm very happy.
I almost don't even
I'm very
think of them
happy
as
with it.
mastery camos anymore. I just think of like, I want them because they look good at this point. So it's like, if everyone has it, I don't even care anymore. I'm like, okay. A lot of people had Poly. A lot of people had Orion too. It doesn't take away from me thinking it looks good, really. So yeah, it just makes it less annoying. Because yeah, even, I mean, MW2, how many headshots did we have to do total? 500 plus, I think. So it's like getting 50 of those for some battle rifles or whatever, when that's the 2nd camo challenge unlock and I still have a bunch of things to do. That's simple. By the time you get to the 4th unlock, the 4th base unlock for that gun, I've maybe already finished 30 of those headshots just by playing. It's not like MW2 where that's every single mastery one, so I have everything done and now I just have to do headshots and nothing else matters. So it's like, you're unlocking that at 2nd tier, you're still leveling the gun anyways.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. So anyway, yeah, there's just a little taste for you guys, but let's move on here. Zombies camos. So yeah, MW2 guns and MW3 guns will have separate zombies camos. And then we'll spend less time on these challenges, obviously. Okay, so
let's just skip to the MW3 zombie camos. Yeah, skip the MW2 section. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, so like,
it's the same thing,
I'll give
just different
one example. MW2 for the M4, one of the zombies camo challenges is get 5 mimic kills with the M4. And a mimic is a particular type of enemy. MW3 zombies camos. Here's another example challenge. For the MCW, get 250 hipfire kills with the MCW. I have a lot less to say about these challenges than I will for multiplayer for 2 reasons. Number 1, I don't have access to nearly as many leaks on what all the challenges are as I do multiplayer, number 1. Number 2, I've never done a zombies camo grind before, so I don't have a point of reference for how long 250 hipfire kills with an AR would take. I don't have anything to compare that to, because I've never grinded that before.
Yeah.
But I will say, if you're a zombies completionist, you're going to have to do 2 whole ass sets of camos. So that's going to take a long time. And I would venture to say, if you wanted the MW2 and MW3 zombies mastery camos, that is going to take 1.5 times as long as it would take you to get the MW2 mastery multiplayer camo. It'll take a long time.
Yeah.
Which may be good or bad, depending on how fun zombies ends up being, I suppose.
The thing too, for example, if you're going to do zombies camos and you're just going to pick one set, you're probably always going to pick the MW3 guns because there are 36 of them. MW2, you'd have to do 51 weapons and zombies to get the mastery camo for that. So if you're just going to do one, I mean, you should just do the MW3 guns.
For sure, if you're just going to do one. Yeah. They're more current guns and there are fewer of them. Yeah.
I guess you don't have to level them up. There's kind of the offset because if you played MW2, all your guns should be max level. So that makes it quicker, I guess. You're just doing the challenges at that point. If you're like starting right when the game launches. But yeah, I have a feeling the zombies mastery camo will take longer than multiplayer. Like 250 hipfire kills when you got to think these matches are like 40 minutes long, basically. You also have teammates with you also shooting zombies. The same zombies you're shooting, right? Because you're together. You have 15, 20 other people on the map, whatever it was. I think 24 total or something on the map, also fighting zombies. The easy zones, it seems like they have a decent amount of zombies, but it's kind of hard to say. There may be large areas that you run across where it's just empty. So I don't know. I feel like zombies camos will actually take a long time this year.
Yeah.
Because you're fighting your squad mates for the kills, essentially.
That's another part of it that would make it take longer. You're right. Because like in Cold War, you just play solo and like grind, you know, but you can't in this. Yeah. So that's pretty weird.
Yeah.
So a couple other things here. They get more into the completionist camos, but I think we've already talked about all of this already. Yeah, they just tell us the specific challenges to unlock each of these things. We already went over this. I guess I'll mention it again though. MW3 multiplayer gold camo for each gun is tailored to the specific weapon. But for ARs, get 3 no. For all ARs, I think, get 3 operator kills with 1 magazine 10 times. This is one of those things that, like, that is going to be pretty time consuming, more than it probably sounds. Getting 3 kills with 1 mag 10 times. It's a little annoying.
Weren't those for LMGs?
This is for the MCW. So no.
What section are you on the left?
Also LMGs.
MW3 completionist camos, MP, MWZ
yes.
mastery?
Yes. Keep scrolling, I think. Go to Gilded.
Okay.
And then under unlock criteria. So get 3 operator kills with 1 mag 10 times. This is basically get 3 kills without dying 10 times, but also you can't reload.
This is one you have to do in hardcore.
It's going to take a while. Yeah. And you're almost certainly going to have to do it in hardcore with the health increase, actually, yeah. Which is actually super annoying. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I think there's going to be... That's something is I think the grind will be pretty quick, but unfortunately a lot of these you'll end up doing in hardcore, which is never fun, because hardcore is not fun to play. But, I mean, yeah, with the health and movement in this game... Well, you know, if it's just 1 magazine, you can just put an extended mag on, too. You can just use, like, a 60-round mag on the AR.
Yeah.
So that's not hard, then. It may not have a 60, but it'd at least have a 45 or something, which makes it doable. Yeah, I'm not worried about that one. And if that does get annoying, you just, go play hardcore.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and weirdly, by the way, Forged, which is Platinum for MW3 multiplayer. This challenge for the MCW is get 3 kills without dying 10 times. So they did this again, where this challenge is strictly easier than the last one for no reason. Because you also have to get 3 kills without dying 10 times for gold. And also you can't reload while you're doing it. In this one, you're allowed to reload now. I don't know why they did that, but whatever. We've seen that exact challenge before.
Yeah, I don't...
Real weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Real weird. And then Priceless, which is the polyatomic equivalent, for the MCW example, get 5 kills without dying 10 times. So that is going to take some time.
That's
be 50 kills, assuming you never die.
Yeah.
which you will. So yeah, that takes a while. But keep in mind, again, this is not for every AR. These are per gun, on a per gun basis. So you're not going to have to get 5 kills without dying 10 times for every single gun for priceless. That's not how it works anymore. But still, for some of them, it's going to be that. So yeah. And then Interstellar, which is Orion, just means you've gotten all of the priceless camos. Complete a total of 36 priceless camo challenges for MW3 weapons. Someone pointed this out, actually. I guess there are only 35 guns, MW3 guns at launch. So technically, you can't get Interstellar until they release the first DLC gun with Season 1. Or something. I don't know if that's true or if that matters, but have you seen anything about that, Tanner?
Yeah, I thought I saw something about that, but I did not pay attention to it. I don't know. Yeah, because I think one of the guns is rumored to be coming like a little bit after launch, maybe, like not until Season 1, because there's no way they're going to wait until Season 1. That'd be insane.
That seems too long, right? Yeah.
Maybe they just kind of want to put a cap on it so people can't get it quickly, which again, why would you do that? I almost think more than anything, they just have a few errors here or something that they still haven't quite figured out. They don't know how many guns they put in their own game, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. I find that hard to believe.
Probably more likely.
If like some guy grinds to get first in the world and he gets it done in 3.5 days, he just has to wait till the next gun. Like,
and then he's at work when the next gun drops.
That's
and
insane,
then he doesn't get it.
There's no way we're doing that, but maybe we are. Who knows?
It is Activision, so it's in the air. Yeah. We don't know. Bugger feature. But anyway, yeah, there you go. So yeah, more details here. Not much. And then MW3 Zombies camos. So yeah, we're not gonna go through these. But
they're look at
zombies
what
challenges.
Some of the Modern Warfare 3 zombies say. Complete the Golden Ivory camo challenge. Usually a certain number of zombie kills and a successful extract with the weapon in a single deployment. Okay, so it may say you need to get 250 kills in this one deployment and also survive and extract.
Yeah.
Yeah, then like Pack-a-Punch Zombies kills. Which again, Pack-a-Punch Zombies kills is easier than the first challenge where you have to get X amount of kills and extract. You don't even have to extract. Why do they do this?
True. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Super good question. They did it recently too for like, I don't know if it was MW2 or something, but there was one it was exactly the same where it was like necessarily an easier challenge for a higher tier. I didn't understand it, but whatever. Yeah. And then
it was the long shots versus headshots.
Big words.
Long shots came first, right?
Yes.
I think that was it. Long shots take way more time. So it's like, why are we doing this and then headshots? It's like, okay, then the last challenge is easier, but why do we do it that way?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So then they summarize kind of everything at the end here. And we're not going to read any of this, but yeah. And that's it. So one question I've seen a little bit of speculation about this. A little bit of speculations. How likely do you think it is that there is also a secret Omega Giga camo where if you have Orion, Interstellar, the Zombies camo for MW2, and the Zombies camo for MW3, if you have all of those, then you unlock the Giga camo or something like that? How likely do you think that is? A secret Omega Mastery camo. Is it possible? Is such a thing even possible?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, people keep thinking that. I can't see them doing that. So in MW2, it was people like, oh, if I do all of the mastery challenges, like the calling card mastery challenges for each specific gun, they'll give me some like maximum challenge, right? So I'm going to get 100 kills with gold. I'm going to do the 200 with platinum. I'm going to do the 300 with poly. I'm going to do the 400 with Orion. I'm going to get all that done, and that's going to give me the charm. So I'm going to have that out of 51, 52 guns finished, right? And they're thinking, oh, I'm going to do all of those. Then I'll get some like master charm, right? Wrong. You got nothing for it. People did that, and they're like, okay, I'm almost done. I'm going to see what I'm going to get. Nothing. So I don't expect them to. No, I don't think they would do something like that. No.
I agree.
It'd be an excellent idea. I would be happy if they did that. I'm just not expecting it, and I think it's somewhat insane that people are expecting them to do that. I think they would have teased something a little bit more. I mean, also, there are 12 mastery camos to go for. They're not going to think of doing other ones, I don't think. And then, like, would there be challenges, or you just automatically unlock some other camo? I don't know. I would love to see it. I do not expect it whatsoever, though, no.
I agree with you. I think what we see is what we get, and the people that are speculating this are very hopeful. Because think of, if that was the case, like there's some camo that they hide from your UI until you unlock it. Because like they don't hide Orion from your UI. It's visible on day one. You just have to unlock it. So there would have to be an extra camo next to that that's hidden from the UI that no one sees. And also no data miners have found it. And no leakers have talked about it. There's no chance. There's no chance there's like a literally hidden camo that you can earn that doesn't show up in the game and has never been leaked or data mined. There's no way that's true. Mm-hmm. There's just no way. These are the mastery camos. These are what you're going to get. Now, it's possible that they add that type of camo. So, like, if you do all the MW3 Zombies and multiplayer camos, for example, there's an extra camo you get on top of that. It's possible they add it later, but that is not in the game right now. That would have been leaked or data mined, or it would show in the UI.
Yeah.
There's no way that's like in the game already. How likely is it they add it later? I think also fairly unlikely, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm not expecting
this is a lot already.
Yeah. So real quick, I want to show you guys the tweet where it shows the camo animation. So here we go. I got this pulled up. This is from Sledgehammer, of course. This is priceless, so you guys can see this animate. It does look a little slow. If it is, I'm sure they'll change it. They did the same in MW2. I mean, make it faster to start with, right? You'd constantly tweak things like this, but it looks like that'll probably happen again this year. So it does animate slowly. So that looks dope. And then next we will show Interstellar here, and this is the one I said looks better animated. This one looks like it animates faster, actually. Looks like it moves a little bit more. So yeah, I think this looks good. This is definitely just an upgraded Orion. Looks good as it moves through, but Interstellar still overall my favorite, but there you guys go.
I can barely tell that what's the one that's not Interstellar?
Priceless.
Yeah, I can barely tell that's even moving.
Yeah. It moves slower.
That animation is
or it's just maybe the
really
design,
slow.
it makes it appear that it's moving slower. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. But the Interstellar animation is markedly better than Orion's, for sure. Yeah. So that's cool. Very cool. So, anyway.
Today's episode is brought to you by the Dropshot, which is us, podcast you're listening to. This is our own ad. Listen, if you've been thinking about joining the Patreon, I know we keep saying this. It's the best time. It's an excellent time. MW3 launch week is here. Join at the gold tier, guys. Only $5 a month, early access, ad-free public episodes, 3 COD-related bonus episodes every single month. And you get the whole back catalog, every episode we've ever recorded. It's all on there. We already know what we're doing this month. The first episode, we're going to start off with a nice little multiplayer brainstorm. We're going to talk about the game. We're going to talk about the guns, the streaks, the perks. We're going to figure it out together, guys, you know. $10 a month, you can get the platinum tier. Everything in gold alongside a Q&A episode where you can ask the worst questions in the world, decent questions maybe, and hear the answers, you know. Damascus, $20 a month gets you all of that plus a behind-the-scenes episode, a monthly Damascus-only patron hangout, and access to the Damascus Lounge, which is worth the price of admission, the most lit channel in Discord. So listen, guys, if you're sick of hearing ads, sign up for the Patreon. Now back to the show.
Yeah, that's it for the camos blog. Now, let's talk a little bit about zombies. So there's also a zombies blog. This was released yesterday, the 7th. And there are a lot of words here. I don't know how much we're going to get into this right now.
Yeah, not much, because as you start going through here, you're going to realize it's just DMZ UI, but zombies. And it goes over perks, which we've already talked about. So I don't know. We'll skim through it here, though.
Yeah, let's do a little skim. So they give a little overview here. And by the way, if you feel like we're not going to do this zombies blog justice, don't worry. We're going to play zombies and then talk about it in great detail at some point. So zombies is not getting it's not getting a lesser treatment than multiplayer until we give it an honest try. So if we skim this, then we'll go into more detail later. But yeah. Okay, yeah. So a lot of words, zombies lobby. Let's see.
Get to strike team operators on the left. Go to that part.
Okay.
So yeah, if you play DMZ, you know what this is. You have numerous operators you can go through. Again, you can go into raid, collect different items. When you've extracted from that raid successfully, he'll have a certain backpack on him, a certain vest, maybe a kill streak. You can choose to use another operator at that point. Or go back in with that same one. And I think those are still going to be unlocked through challenges. So you probably only get 1 or 2 operator slots to begin with, and then you can expand that to more. Exact same thing as DMZ.
Exact same thing as DMZ, yes. So if you get, like, you can have 3 geared operators so that if you die on one of them, you don't have to spend your next raid re-gearing.
Yeah.
You can just go in with your second loadout or whatever, just like DMZ, yeah. And by the way, on the UI here, it looks like for the loadout, you have a backpack slot, a kill streak slot, a vest slot, a gas mask / respirator slot, and then a self-res slot.
Yeah.
There might be more than that, but these are the important items that you can put on your character.
Yes.
Obviously, there is more than that, actually. There's weapons, and then maybe things in your backpack as well.
Yeah, the next image shows it. Yeah, so you're already wrong about one thing. They're not backpacks, you stupid idiot. They're called rucksacks. Get it right.
Oh, excuse me.
They're rucksacks. Rucksacks. Now. So fill your rucksack with essential acquisitions that you find on the battlefield, or craft via valuable schematics. Blah blah. So it shows here in the backpack image. Oh, damn it! Let me zoom in on this, man. Come on. I fucking hate how they do these images.
Tanner.
I don't care.
You can't curse.
So anyway, so in this one image here, he has what? He has a bunch of perks in his backpack. He has the little zombies perks. He has the little cans, right?
Well, he has cans, yeah. So I guess he has to drink them.
So I think that what that means is he's crafted those or something, and he's going into raid, and then he'll pop them at the beginning of the next match, so he has all of those. That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah, it says fill your rucksack with it is hilarious that they renamed it that, by the way. With essential acquisitions that you find on the battlefield or craft via valuable schematics. So what it sounds like is if you already have PhD flopper, the perk, and then you find another PhD flopper can, you can just extract with the can and then maybe just give it to another strike team operator slot you have. So then on your operator 2, who doesn't have PhD flopper already, you can drink it. Or you can just craft a PhD flopper can out of raid via a schematic. One thing I don't know, so now we know what acquisitions and schematics are, because that was a big question from a couple weeks ago that we had. One thing I don't know is, are schematics one-time use, or once you find one, can you craft things indefinitely?
We'll talk about it later. There's a section on that later, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So there you go. Yeah. Moving on, loadouts. This is exactly like DMZ. And as Tanner said, that's going to be a through line here through this blog post. You have your insured weapon slots. You can extract with weapons and use them that way, or you can like build your own, and then you go in with it.
Insured slot, and then you get contraband stash as well. Same thing. You'll do zombies missions, and you can get a bigger contraband stash. Yeah.
Exactly the same as DMZ, yeah. Zombies field upgrades. So we have already talked about these before, I believe, but I'll just read them real quick. There are 6 right now, 5 of which are unlocked as you level up. So Energy Mine, Frenzied Guard, Healing Aura, Frost Blast, Aether Shroud, and Tesla Storm. And they do different things. These are very similar to how they worked, if not identical, in Cold War, and there are 6. I would expect more of those to get added as the game goes on. Okay, acquisitions and schematics. Once you return from your first few successful missions, you're able to place acquisitions into your rucksack for use during subsequent outings. You can also start to craft your own acquisitions at the schematic crafting location in the lobby, which means out of raid between drops. Acquisitions are single-use items that can give you an advantage on the battlefield. So this is, for example, perk cans. So, yeah. They don't give any other examples here. And then schematics. These are highly sought after plans that permanently, so they're not one use, allow you to craft acquisitions that you can add to your rucksack. Rather than being single use, schematics have a cooldown period after which they can be brought into the exclusion zone. Okay, I don't know what brought into the exclusion zone means. So I'm once again confused. Yeah, I don't understand how that works at all.
It's just saying there's a timer on it, like your insured slot. So if you bring it in one raid, you can't use it the next raid because there's a timer. So when you go in the next raid, I still don't know what an actual schematic is. Are those the perks, or is that like a ray gun or something?
Well, it says schematics are things. So you get a schematic for a Juggernog Cola. So out of raid, you use that schematic to craft a Juggernog Cola, and then your schematic goes on cooldown, and then you can put the can of cola into your rucksack, which is an acquisition. This all makes sense to me. What I don't understand is how you bring a schematic into the exclusion zone. Because it said once you get a schematic, they permanently allow you to craft acquisitions. If I'm crafting out of raid with these schematics, why would I ever want to bring them into the exclusion zone? I don't get it. So they're just unclear, like always. This will make more sense once we play the game, but I don't understand how that means. How that works, rather. The following types of acquisitions can be found and used or crafted if the schematics are located, and all have a rarity value associated with them, denoting how difficult they are to find. So you can, I guess you can craft or find Aetherium, Aether tools. So the Dark Aether element is used with crafting schematics to bolster your weaponry. So you use Aetherium crystals to upgrade your Pack-a-Punch weapon to levels 1 and 2 respectively. And then there are like tiers of tools. I'm not going to read this. We'll get more into it after we play it. There are a bunch of perks, Perca-Colas. So there's Deadshot Daiquiri, Death Perception, Juggernog, etc. And these replace the perk system of vest, gloves, boots, and gear. So those don't have overlap.
So those won't be available in Zombies, yeah.
Correct. Yes. Yeah, and then I'm not going to read all these, but they're perks. Once again, you're probably familiar with from Cold War. Ammo mods are coming back as well. Brain Rot, Cryo Freeze, Dead Wire, Shatter Blast, and Napalm Burst. Again, those should all sound familiar from Cold War. And then Wonder Weapons. Let's see if they leaked any new ones. Locate the necessary and devilishly difficult to find change it schematics, and you're able to craft some of the most arcane and powerful weaponry ever seen. The Wonder Weapons available at game launch are currently redacted. Okay, cool. So we know we're getting ray guns.
So ray gun, the Wonder Waffle or whatever, and then I thought there were 3 total. I don't remember.
I think I recall there being 3. So there's only one I think that we know nothing about, because we saw the not ray gun one in the trailer. Okay, yeah, axe tiers and rewards. So a lot of big words. Multi-layered storyline that focus on a variety of tiered missions and 3 acts. Not all missions are immediately accessible, and the mission you wish to complete is highlighted. Mission rewards are also visible prior to infill. So you complete tasks within a mission and receive unlocked missions and rewards. You complete missions within a tier and receive unlocked missions and rewards. You complete all tiers to finish an act, and then you complete all 3 acts to receive a redacted and continue to uncover the mysteries plaguing the exclusion zone. prior to the storyline continuing at season 1. So, yeah, makes sense to me. You do tasks that comprise missions, you do missions that comprise tiers, you do tiers that comprise acts. And then as the game life cycle goes on, we will be getting more missions or acts or whatever, which is kind of what we speculated last time we talked about this. They will be adding new missions and tiers each season like they've been doing with DMZ. So this all sounds as expected. Complete contracts. So the purpose of doing the contracts is as follows. This allows you to earn essence, the in-game currency, mainly gathered after zombie culling, and acquisitions by completing contracts in the field. So that would be the benefit of doing contracts, is to get more essence. And you would spend that on upgrading your weapons and stuff like that. Spend essence at machines across the map and upgrade your weapons and gear. Yeah, exactly. And then successful exfills allow you to keep acquisitions to get a head start in the next deployment. Yeah, like I said, if you have Juggernog and you find a separate can, you can take that out so that if you ever die, then you'll have one in your stash or whatever to use. So,
yeah.
Yep. Moving on here. There are buy stations. You can buy streaks, gas masks, and other essentials, and you can sell unwanted items you've collected for essence, ostensibly, which is good.
That will matter a lot more than it did in DMZ, because if you're like pack-a-punching guns using that and upgrading guns,
for sure,
that matters a lot more than me buying a UAV just to see where the bots are on DMZ, right? So that'll actually be like worth keeping high value items now and even looting for them so you can upgrade your gun. So that's cool. That adds another layer to the game that I think DMZ lacked.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Yeah, this, to be clear, a lot of this does sound like DMZ, but this definitely sounds, maybe only for the novelty, although I have to play it to be sure, more fun than DMZ, for sure. How much more fun is going to be the question, and hopefully, yeah. Perca-Cola machines. This allows you to purchase a beverage that increases your prowess in a variety of ways. So this, I'm unsure if these soda machines are going to be for all perks or just one per machine. It looks like you're going to have to go to a bunch of separate machines, though, because this machine is like a Juggernog only one.
Yeah, our question is just, are they all bunched up like one buy station with all of them, or are they in totally different regions? And it kind of seems like they're going to be in different regions, actually.
Yeah.
Which really is, I guess, smart. Makes you travel around a bit more.
Yeah, I
guess that's probably good, yeah. And then, pack-a-punch machines, upgrades your currently carried weapon, usually in the ammunition and damage compartments for a price. Can pack-a-punch probably up to 3 times, so it'll do more damage. It'll start shooting lasers at the end of it, essentially, and it'll have like 3 times the amount of ammo it had to start with or something.
Yeah. Yep. And then next here is wall buys. These are staples.
You'll never use those.
Yeah. And then mystery boxes. Couple, we have the ray gun confirmed, the one from the trailer, and then the other thing. And then that's it for that article. So, yeah, I was most excited for this to learn what acquisitions and schematics meant. That's what I had talked about in our last episode. And I have a better grasp of what those are, but I'm still not 100% clear because I don't know why you would want to take a schematic into the exclusion zone. It could very well be the case that you can't do that, and this is just written poorly. That honestly is what makes the most sense to me.
Yeah.
But there's no indication here at all on how you acquire schematics. I don't know how you do that. Maybe it was written somewhere here and we kind of skimmed over it. Yeah, you can, so you explore the open world for acquisitions and schematics. So I guess you can maybe just find them. So that'll be interesting. But that's gonna have the biggest impact on how much quality of life this mode will have. Because like if I die and I have to go to every single soda machine again, like that would get really annoying really fast. So having a schematic to craft all those, or like earning that capability over time would make this, I think, a lot better. And then also, do you have to spend resources to craft something with a schematic? Or is the cooldown the only barrier? That's another question I have.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's only the cooldown, which is interesting.
Yeah, I'm still confused about all that. But yeah, that'll be easy to understand once we play it.
Yeah, so like we said earlier, we will play Zombies and give it an honest try, and I am excited to try it. I think it's possible that it's fun, and we will do a whole episode on it where once we understand everything and we've played it ourselves, and we'll talk about it more. So if you feel like we didn't do that blog post justice, fret not. We will do Zombies its justice. It's just hard to understand with how terribly Activision writes exactly how every little detail works. But there you go.
Yep.
Does that make you more excited, less excited, or exactly the same for Zombies?
Exactly the same, yeah. We learned nothing from that, honestly. We learned nothing from that blog post. We knew everything. We knew the perks. We knew there's going to be buy stations. So it told us nothing, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems that way. So now a couple leaks. So there's a lot here, but there's not a lot to say about any of it, so it won't take very long. But basically, people who own consoles, I guess, or something, have been playing MW3 in custom matches. So they've been going into the firing range. They've been going into the showcase menu to look at camos and stuff. And that's how we've gotten all those camo challenges. And they've been playing multiplayer against bots already in MW3.
Yeah.
And through these avenues, and maybe some other ones, there's been a lot of leaked information. Here are a couple of those things. The calling card will now show in the top right in a match. I think what that means is if you kill someone, you'll see what calling card they had.
No, it's like if somebody in your lobby gets like a Fury kill, it'll show up in the top right. Like MW2 didn't do that. I don't even think MW19 did it. It's not like what BO4 would do often. I'm pretty sure that game had it.
Yeah.
Where it'd be like, oh, this guy just got 9. What was like the 8 or 9 kill call? What was a really high kill one called that everyone would get with
Chain Killer?
With
I think
Reaper
was the highest
Sight
one.
Yeah. So it'll just show that, I think, if something's going on, pretty much. I don't think that's related to you killing someone.
The 5 kill streaks, like Bloodthirsty, this guy got it.
It should show that.
Yeah, so we have seen this. I think the last time we saw it was BO4. And this is what Tanner and I were pissed about with MW19 and every game since, is that calling cards stopped mattering because you never saw them. And in MW2, I don't know what my calling card looks like.
No.
Let alone anyone else. So this is actually a bigger deal than you would think, because it means earning cool calling cards that are challenging to earn or difficult or time consuming is actually a little more worth doing because you'll actually be able to flex that calling card on other people in this way, for example, and maybe others. So that's cool. The kill counter is back. So you can see how many kills you have in a row. That's like in the bottom middle. I don't know why this was ever removed from any game at any time ever, but if you're on like a 9 kill streak, it'll say 9 kills at the bottom once you get it. There's a slide only option. So if you're on controller and you want to be able to slide cancel more effectively, you can disable the ability to dolphin dive or something so that your slide cancel is more instantaneous and or easy to do. I don't know exactly how this works mechanically. I don't play on the toy. Yeah. But there are a lot of people saying this is a good thing on Twitter. So good for you guys, I guess. Yeah. The overkill vest, or whatever the vest is that lets you have 2 primary weapons, will also let you have 2 secondary weapons. So this was something that was not possible in MW2. You couldn't have like a pistol and a launcher, for example. But if you use that vest in this game, you can now do that. So that's good.
Yeah, I mean, my question is, which vest is he talking about? Because he says overkill vest, and don't forget, there was a vest that was the overkill vest, but it wasn't called that, and it was the overkill icon, but it didn't work that way. So I wonder if that vest that we had talked about actually does give you the choice of 2 guns. So there are 2 different vests that's essentially an overkill vest, but they give you different perks or whatever. I wish we knew that.
Yeah, that's a great question. And we don't know that because Activision is not a good company and they can't write well or clearly, especially not clearly. So yeah, we don't know, but underkill essentially is possible, which I guess is fine, but it like doesn't matter in a game with one launcher, but whatever. Better visibility. So yeah, I saw some clips going around from people playing against bots in multiplayer. And I guess they've improved the diamond or name or nameplate or something above enemies' heads. And it's now a lot better and
it's
more
a lot
visible.
Clearer. Yep, that's what I heard.
Yeah. So I don't know in what fashion, but if you were annoyed at the visibility in the beta, it is now a lot better by all accounts. So that's good. And then Metal's pop-up animation in match. So I don't know what this means. I'm assuming it means if you get a double kill, you'll actually see what the metal looks like.
Yeah, it pops up in like the middle
on your
top
screen.
of your screen. So the only thing I saw about that is when Robert Network was streaming, he lives in New Zealand. Robert Network New Zealand was streaming on Twitch before he got destroyed.
Yeah.
Every single time he would get a double kill or anything like that and a metal popped up, there was an annoying sound that was like ping, ping, like an audio cue for that pop-up. And it was so loud because sometimes he would like do something, he'd get a kill, maybe it'd be like a headshot too, maybe it'd be a multi-kill, I don't know, but there would be 3 or 4 of those sounds in a row. And it was like deafeningly loud. So I really hope that's tied to some audio setting that you can turn down and it doesn't matter. Because if I have to hear that every single time I get a double kill, just more audio pollution, that's just horrible for the game, right? So that was like the very first thing I noticed, but it's also because he loaded into a custom match. He obviously hadn't changed any settings. So hopefully that's on one of those sound sliders that I usually turn down to like 10 or 15 anyway, so it won't matter. Because that will be very bad if that's the case, just constant pop-ups and 6v6 multiplayer. Because every kill you're going to get, pretty much, you're going to have some sort of metal pop-up. There's always something you're doing.
I have not...
Defender kill, attacker kill, something.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I haven't listened. I hope it's actually worse than you're describing so that they change it, or that there's like, just like a volume slider or something.
Yeah, it's probably tied to like the announcer volume slider, whatever that one is.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully that's not an issue. But hopefully I don't know. I don't have really any thoughts on that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. What else we got? Okay, so we already went through the spreadsheet, right?
Yeah.
We're done with that, yeah. So there's a lot of info out right now, but also by the time this episode is going live for you guys, the game's already going to be out in New Zealand. You're going to see it all anyways. So there have been all sorts of things going on today. Yeah, people playing it, showing off the maps. So we're not really going to talk anymore about all that. So a few other things, though. There is a leak here from Bob Network again from a few days ago. He says the MW3 post-launch seasons are not themed around other games in the COD franchise. So this was a leak we had talked about. That was like, Season 3 is going to be an Advanced Warfare, and these are the guns coming. And I guess maps, supposedly, guns are still coming from other games like that, like the EM1, whatever that one was called from Advanced Warfare that we also got in Vanguard era. Guns like that are still coming, but it's not going to be like a season revolved around that game or anything. That's not what's happening at all. So you may still see older guns come back, but there are no themed seasons as there kind of been previously a leak on. That's not happening.
Yeah, and we did talk about that. I thought that was a cute idea, but I'm fine either way.
Yeah. Yeah, we both thought that
would have
been
fine. Not having it, I think, is also totally fine.
Yeah, maybe too much of that this year would have been bad because people already call this a DLC. So if it's just all they continue to bring back, everyone,
true.
Like the casual player base would be like, "What is this? Why are we getting all this old stuff again?" And they'd complain about it.
Yeah, true.
So, yeah. True, and the next thing here from Bob, DLC vests and streaks are supposedly coming in Modern Warfare 3 season. So yeah, this is what we joked about on Saturday. I said, hey, can't wait for the quick fix vest to come in Season 5 of Modern Warfare 3 when it doesn't matter anymore. So I really hope that's not going to happen. Yeah, he's saying that is a leak because it's still kind of mind-blowing. We're launching this multiplayer game with an extra 50 health and we don't have quick fix.
Yeah, I believe it, honestly. I believe it.
Yeah.
So yeah, one thing someone in Discord said this, like Cold War had 150 health, but it did not have quick fix either, ever. And maybe quick fix would be too overpowered in this game, and that's why they didn't add it and won't add it.
I can see that take, yeah.
And I could have seen that for sure. But this isn't Cold War, and there's like a quasi pick 10 system. So you could add quick fix to MW3 and have it not be overpowered as long as you take away enough from that vest. So you could have, for example, you could have a quick fix vest where you get quick fix, but you get no boots, gloves, or gear, or tacticals, or lethals, or a field upgrade.
You don't even get a gun, yeah.
And you get only one gun with one mag, yeah. So they could obviously balance quick fix. They could just take enough stuff away to where it's balanced. So I don't think that argument holds. And that does, therefore, make it, to me, way more believable that there will be DLC perks and streaks. Well, he says DLC vests specifically, which is interesting. I wonder if that is really vests only, or if he means perks, like vest, boots, etc. I believe this for sure. And I think for streaks, I think DLC kill streaks are like totally fine.
Yeah.
As long as they're balanced, you know. I don't really like the idea of DLC perks though. You should have just all the perks that are going to be in the game at launch. And I don't like not having quick fix and then celebrating that they added it in season 5 when we're already playing the beta for Black Ops 12 or whatever. I don't like that at all. So I don't know. If we had gotten quick fix on launch, I guess I'd be more okay with getting extra vests added in the game's life cycle. But again, like if it's a cool perk or an interesting perk, not even overpowered or anything, but just like a well-balanced, interesting perk, we should just have that on day one. I don't like the idea really of adding that after launch.
Yeah.
I don't hate it either, though, as long as it's well balanced. It's the only thing I hate is not having quick fix on launch. If you're gonna give me quick fix later, you should have just had it in it on day one.
That's the thing, yeah. Just have it for when the game launches. That should be a core part of the game. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
I mean, even getting quick fix in season 2 would be better than not getting it at all, but it's just more one of those things. We should have a perk like that on launch. But yeah, maybe it'll be fine. Maybe I won't care to use anything else and I'll just run stims and it really won't matter at all. We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, we will.
But just thought that was weird. And one last thing Exclusive Ace kind of just tweeted out. Regarding the spawns, a lot of complaints about spawns in the beta. He said, it appears spawns have changed quite drastically from the beta based on some initial tests in local games with bots. They can handle much more pressure before flipping, and they now seem to have a strong attachment to domination flags that your team holds. Obviously, there's a lot of testing and actual gameplay in public matches required to judge this, but it's already looking much better so far compared to the beta. Yeah, not much else to say, but that's good news. And they always have issues with spawns.
Yeah, spawns are not going to be good even on launch, even if they're improved right now, and they will improve over time, and they'll be totally fine in like a month.
Yeah.
That's one thing they have been getting right over the past few years, so I would not worry about spawns at all. Yeah. Other than that, that's it. Yeah, like Tanner said, by the way, there are way more leaks on very particular details that are interesting, but we're not going to go over them because you guys will hear this. Most of you will probably hear this episode before the game launches, but it's launching very soon and you'll see everything anyway. So if something very drastic changed that we don't know about yet, I find that unlikely, but if it is the case, we'll talk about it on Saturday. So don't worry too much about it. We were not trying to be exhaustive. Mainly what we wanted to do was talk about everything that is new info or changed or whatever and provide input on it, which is what I think we accomplished here today. So yeah, that is it. We are very close, man. And the next time you hear an episode of this broadcast, it will be on Saturday, and it will be our first impressions of MW3. Finally, thank Jesus Christ, our Lord.
He is
in
risen.
Heaven. He is indeed risen, confirmed. Yeah. True,
it
real,
feels
and
close.
actual.
I'm thinking it's like, God, one day, 6 hours, 51 minutes, maybe like 3 seconds or so. That's what I'm guessing.
It's feeling like about that amount of time. Yeah.
What are you getting for dinner tomorrow night?
I get. It's a great question. It's such a good question, and I don't know the answer yet.
I think you got to go with some Chipotle, so you can have 2 meals.
You have to strategize, and Chipotle is a great strategy.
Pizza's a great one. Some Chipotle would be good. I think those are the top 2 for the strat. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Chipotle, though. A nice balanced mixture of items. Yeah. You get your carbs, you get your proteins, you get all that stuff. Great leftover. It's absolutely 2 meals. You feel less disgusting than eating a pizza, but I'm disgusting anyway. It doesn't matter. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, less disgusting than a pizza pie for sure.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. But yeah, we will be back on Saturday at our normal time. I know this was our a Wednesday rather than Thursday, but I wanted to be done with everything before launch. So yeah, first impressions on MW3, Saturday, 12 p.m. Pacific time at thedropshot.com/live or YouTube. Figure it out. Very, very excited. A couple of reminders. Once again, join the Patreon. Now is literally the best time. We're going to be doing a lot of bonus episodes later on this month on all of the MW3 content, zombies, multiplayer, brainstorms, deep dives, nuke guides. We don't even know what we're going to do, but there's a lot of content to sink our teeth into for those bonus episodes, and we're very excited to do it. And then also, you obviously get early access to these episodes, which might matter early on in the game, by the way, and ad-free episodes as well. And then also we might do a little preliminary camo grind tips episode on Patreon this month.
Yeah, well, for sure.
Some early tips. We're definitely going to at some point do a little camo grind tips episode. So we'll see. Maybe we'll start that this month if we find some pro strats early on in our journey. But there's a lot of good content we're going to do, and I'm super excited about it. Patreon.com/thedropshot. Also, just the best way to support the show if you enjoy it. And then, yeah, we'll be back Saturday. And then last reminder, once again, if you see pizza rolls with Captain Price on them, or, you know, Crunchwrap Supremes with Ghost shooting it, whatever, go buy the thing, get the codes, don't redeem them, send them to us. Join the Discord or DM us on Twitter. You don't deserve
them. Your wife hates you.
Yes. You would only deserve them after we have fully utilized those codes.
Yeah.
Then you deserve them, but only then. So yeah, send us those codes. In particular, Hungry Jacks. That's what we really need right now. And then if there's Jack Links, if there's Taco Bell, if there's Mountain Dew, we need all of them, obviously, and send them.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you Saturday. Can't wait. Stay humble.
Stay humble.